After a week of fierce battles with infantry, artillery, and tanks throughout largely agricultural surroundings, Ukrainian forces, newly equipped and instructed by Western allies, retook another 2 small villages and settlements. Ukraine's counteroffensive in the southeast of the country scored some limited successes on Wednesday. For months, eyes have been on Ukraine as it prepares for a major counteroffensive in its battle with Russia. If Ukraine wants to reclaim the large swaths of territory it lost to Russian infiltration last year, it must find a way to overcome Russian defenses. That war is happening right now, which is totally unexpected. The greatest depth of the advance was around 4 miles. Military analysts have speculated that it could take weeks or months to determine whether or not the attacks Ukraine initiated this month along a large portion of the front line were successful. While Ukrainian forces have broken through initial fortified positions across a portion of the front and are actively searching for Russian weak spots, they still remain quite distant from Russia's main defensive lines. Locals and Russian military bloggers report that Ukrainian forces are recapturing more of the river's tiny islands and marshy banks near Kherson, located in the country's southwestern region. Meanwhile, Ukrainian officials have said that Russian troops on the eastern bank, commonly known as the left bank, have begun stealing large infrastructure items like windmills, which may be a sign that they are preparing to flee. U.S. authorities and military analysts agree that the Russians will wait to make any major adjustments until they see signs of progress on the part of the Ukrainians. Ukrainian forces have already faced airstrikes, artillery fire, and a variety of other forms of enemy resistance, including minefields, pits, anti-tank ditches, and more. The efforts of both armies have been hampered by the bad weather of the past week, which has made it impossible for heavy armored vehicles to move across muddy fields. Ukraine's multifaceted counteroffensive is expected to use probing strikes and feints while keeping the bulk of the attacking force in reserve to look for a weakness before unleashing its full force in that direction, according to military analysts. Ukraine hopes that the newly trained brigades will help them break through Russian defenses and reclaim some of the nearly 20% of their territory that Russia currently controls. If successful, this would effectively cut off Russia's land bridge to the strategically significant Crimea. The Pentagon will ship more artillery ammunition, guided rockets for launchers, and Stinger and Patriot air defense missiles to Ukraine.